Hello and welcome to Advanced Fire Making. I'm your host, Poof, and we're going to go through some techniques for second level juniors in advanced fire making. Let's get familiar with the materials. When you are doing outside fire, it's important to follow all the safety rules, making sure that you are building your fire in a container of sort or in an area that's safe for fire. Today we have a fire ring, and we also have an aluminum pizza pan that could be used in case you do not have a fire ring. We also have water, and then all the components that we will need today: tinder, kindling, and fuel, along with the different techniques. We are going to learn about strikers. We are going to learn about magnifying glasses and also how to make char paper. Thanks so much for joining us, and let's begin. So the next thing we're going to talk about is using flint and steel to create fires. So we revamped our bird's nest. We have the grass and tinder, which is just some shavings, and then we have different types of flint and steel. So basically what this is where you take steel and then you use something that's harder than steel and scrape off pieces of the steel to create a spark. This is a item that you could purchase at Walmart, and you scrape it across and it creates a spark. This is another item that you could purchase at Walmart. It's a little kit, and again you have the steel and then you have the piece that you're going to scrape across the steel to create the spark. Lastly, this is a pocket knife that has the same aspects of it. You have the steel part here, and then you pop open the blade to scrape on the steel to create your spark. All of these work just as well. I don't actually have the actual steel and pieces of flint, but that is another way to do it. The secret of using any kind of steel and flint or magnesium is to make sure that you have something to catch the spark in, like our bird's nest. We saw how hard it was to start the bird's nest with the magnifying glass, so I want to tell you about something to make it a little easier. There is something that I spoke about at the beginning video called charcloth. And charcloth is material that has been made into charcoal. And so an easy way to do that is to get an Altoids box or any other metal container that has a lid that fits tightly on it. Put a hole in the top with a nail, and then you set your Altoids box in the fire and let it sit there for about 10 minutes, and then it creates charcoal. You'll have smoke that'll come out of the hole, and then you need to pull it out of the fire once there's no more smoke and let it dry, let it cool. Don't open the lid or it will combust. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get some charcoal out, or charcloth, and we're going to set it into our bird's nest. And the thing about this is you can use as much as you want, and the idea is to have a place for the embers to catch. Okay, so we're creating a spark, and we're trying to catch it on our charcloth to create an ember. We have an ember. So we're supplying oxygen. Having our char cloth, we're going to create a spark, and then that spark is going to catch in the char cloth, and we're going to blow oxygen on it. So with a little bit of practice, you can start your bird's nest. Once you get the ember going, you just keep blowing.